You want that sweet, sweet tech money. You want to be remote. You want to live in the big city. You want to earn enough to provide for your family. You want to break out of the dull career you're in and live the exciting tech life. You want to get into the industry. But the problem is every single job application posting you see requires 3 years experience. You need experience in this technology and that technology, all these technologies that you don't even know where to go to learn these things. And they all want 3-5 years of experience. But you're just trying to get your foot in the door. You're just trying to get the internship. You're just trying to get the junior role and you don't know where to start. Well, listen very closely. We're going to solve this problem today, once and for all. And we're going to start with the basic information first. And at the end of this video, we're going to get to the meatier stuff, the stuff that other people won't tell you, the stuff that's going to set you apart, the stuff that's going to guarantee you break into this industry like you want to do. So stay tuned and let's get right into it. Now, if you don't know me, my name is Jake and I started as a software engineer just a few years ago, and I am an ex-Amazon engineer. So I know a thing or two about what I'm talking about. And so let's start with the most basic information here, in that if you are trying to break into the industry, you cannot be picky, you cannot be choosy, because the truth of the matter is, whether or not you're super valuable or not, other people don't know that, all right? So somehow you have to start and get junior or intern experience on your resume, okay? So that can mean working for a huge corporation, that can mean working for a little startup, that can mean working for your friend's business, that can mean whatever it is you want, but I'm putting this here just for posterity because of course you know this. Of course you know you're applying for the most entry-level jobs out there, okay? So if you are not putting your hat in the ring to every single internship you see, every single junior role you see being posted out in the wild, and you can do this with AI tools right now, you are doing yourself a disservice, all right? You need to cast a wide net if you are serious about actually breaking into the industry. But of course you know this. I know you're smart, all right? We don't have to beat a dead horse, but you need to make sure you are covering this box. And when most people say they're applying to jobs, they may, they're talking about like, oh, I've applied to 1, 2, 3 jobs today. No, with AI, you can supercharge your application process. There is no reason you can't apply to 20 jobs a day, 30 jobs a day, 50 plus jobs a day, because it can be heavily automated today, all right? So that's not the exciting stuff, but I am including it just because you need to be doing this if you're not already doing this, all right? Are you even trying? Now, the number 2 thing that I'm going to say, if you are trying to break into the industry and you have no experience, you don't know anybody, you don't know what to do, you don't even know where to go, all right, is you need to start building projects, all right? You need to make sure you actually have the skills that you can actually do what it takes, especially as a front-end engineer, all right? And what is the best way to do that, all right? I want to say projects here, but we're going to be specific with the projects that we're going to work on. We're not just going to waste our time, and I'm not going to tell you to go work on open source projects, this and that, because personally, I didn't do that. I know it's probably worked for some people in the past, and yes, it's impressive if you contribute to a large code base. But the reality is, like, if you're a beginner like I was just a few years ago, like, you see a big code base and you're like, what the hell am I even looking at? Like, it's very confusing. It's very difficult. And honestly, it's just very overwhelming. You're not going to know where to contribute, how to contribute, where to, how to even write code, basically. So don't worry about the open source thing. Let's talk about projects. So what we're going to do is we're just going to clone existing websites and designs. All right. So we're going to clone existing websites and designs. So what does that look like? I think the example that I give pretty frequently is, you can go to Netflix.com or any other big service like this. Do you watch HBO? Do you watch Netflix? Do you go to Google? Do you go to YouTube? Like, what do you frequently go to? Like, what's your most visited site? And just start to break down this site, all right? You see this here. You can take a screenshot of this and then just try to code it from scratch. What does that look like? Oh, you can start to see how the divs are, separated out on the screen. Oh, okay, look at that container. We got a container over there. Maybe we got 2 elements in there and different styles and so on and so forth. And you can start to kind of play around with this website. If you want to be fancy, all right, make this form actually work. Make this form submit to a database, all right? Write text on the screen, style it up, like maybe even put your own twist on it, all right? Make these drop-down components, this FAQ section, right? So that's what we're going to do right there. We're going to clone popular websites. It can be websites, it can really be anything, all right? But you need reps in actually doing the thing. All right. And beyond just doing the thing, we have to advertise those skills. But this is just to make sure that you can check this box. You can put it on your resume. Hey, I built Netflix. Hey, I built this. I built that. And no, like, engineers looking at your resume, they're going to know you didn't build the literal Netflix. They're going to know that's, you don't understand the full architecture behind it. But the important thing is that you are trying. You are showing that you care, that you're going to make an effort, that you're improving your skills, that you're learning, that you're basically doing what an engineer already does. You just haven't had the legit experience yet, but you can put this on your resume and it's going to help you stand out. All right. And if you want to get fancy, if you are advanced, if you are very competent, if you are very skilled and you know what you're doing and you want to take it to the next level, you want to really show off, launch a basic SaaS. All right. Launch a basic SaaS. It doesn't have to be a complicated SaaS. And when I say launch a basic SaaS, it doesn't have to be a complicated SaaS. All right. It's just a basic software. If you're technically that inclined already, a SaaS stands for software as a service, by the way, if you don't know what that is. So Netflix, like Jira, all these type of things, they're just basic software as a service. All right. So if you are that capable to write a SaaS, there is no reason why you can't just launch a quick one, throw it on your resume, and you can even quite literally list it as experience. You can be a founder on your resume. There's nothing stopping you. You can work for a friend's company. You can just do volunteer work, and this is experience on your resume. All right. So when you're writing your resume, that experience doesn't have to be blank, that experience section. Okay. So launch a basic SaaS, right? And if you're looking for ideas for what that might look like, just go to appsumo.com and there's tons of great ideas. You see what's popular in here. Just click into one of these, look at the basic designs they have, and just clone one. Even if it's not fully functional, even if it's not perfect or whatever, you can absolutely mess around, get your hands wet. And not only is it going to give you better prospects of landing a job, but your skills are going to get better. And ultimately, that's what matters, right? If you're good enough, eventually you are going to crack an interview. Eventually, you're going to get hired as an engineer. So that's number 2 right there. Work on projects, improve your skills. And number 3, I'm going to actually show you what I consider the best backdoor that nobody talks about. Everybody says apply online, mass spam your, tweak your little resume and build your personal site and whatever. I don't really believe in that, right? Because that didn't work for me. The reality is, if you are new to the industry, nobody knows who you are. Nobody trusts you. Nobody knows who you are. And for good reason. Why should they? Okay. Why should they? You're just a stranger to them. Okay. And so how do we overcome that? How do we become not a stranger? Somebody that they can trust, somebody that they know is going to work hard, somebody that they know is going to be valuable and dedicated and loyal and do great things and help the business succeed. We're going to reach out personally. All right. So we are going to reach out to C-suite. So this means you can reach out to the CEO. You can reach out to a CTO. You can reach out to a VP of engineering. You can reach out to a hiring manager directly. Let's be crafty here, right? Here's the reality. When you are applying for jobs, you are competing basically in an ocean of sharks. Developers are smart people. They tend to be smart people. Not everybody's super smart. I'll be honest. They're not like giga geniuses. You're not competing against Mensa admittees or members, right? But the reality is developers tend to be smart people, but they're very lazy. And so if you think about it for just 2 seconds, what does everybody and their mother do when they're applying for a job? They go to LinkedIn. And when they see the little easy apply button, they click the easy apply and oh, I applied to 5 jobs today. I did my job. I'm trying. How can we take it a step further? Can we apply to 10 jobs? Can we apply to 20 jobs? Can we apply to 50 jobs? All right, let's get the volume up for 1. And then 2, how can we make ourselves not just a name on a screen, not just a resume on the computer, right? Because here's the reality. If you didn't go to a college, if you didn't go to a boot camp, you didn't go, didn't have traditional schooling, and mind you, that is not an issue. If that's, if you haven't been to college, if you didn't study computer science and you're maybe trying to switch into this career, it's okay. It is not a deal breaker. You can still do this, right? What needs to happen though is you have to separate yourself. You have to make a personal connection with somebody, right? Somebody needs to see your face, associate your face with a name, that you have a family, that you are a real person making an effort, be valuable to somebody else's business, right? Because with most applications, a recruiter is going to give you 0.5 seconds. They're going to look at your resume and it's going to be a quick yes or no. If there's not experience on there, if there's not projects on there, if they don't see that, you've built stuff or you've been employed in the past, it's it can be a very quick and brutal no at a lot of places. And it's not truly fair to you. By the same token, the world doesn't owe you anything. Okay, the world doesn't owe you anything. And so if you want to actually make this happen, you want to be remote, you want to earn the 6-figure salary, give yourself more freedom, we're going to have to make an effort here. All right. So we're going to have to make a concerted effort here. So reach out to these C-suite people. There's all kind of stuff you can do. Record a video of their website. Record a video of yourself shooting a loom, speaking to the camera. Hey, I am Jake. This is me. This is what I do. These are my skills. This is how I can help you. All right. Get back to me. If you are hiring right now, I would love to work as part of your team. I love what you're building right now. All right. Just compliment a founder. You don't even have to put an ask in there. Just start a conversation. All right. Start a conversation, right? You never know what can happen just by opening your mouth to the right people. All right. A big mistake a lot of people make is, you reach out to somebody that's far ahead of you or whatever. The reality is they're going to be doing you a favor by having the conversation or entertaining you, because the reality is they don't necessarily need you. But if you can get on somebody's good side, it's the reality is they can move mountains for you. All right. So they can move mountains for you. So you can break it. And it's like basically anything can happen, right? You open your mouth, you reach out to the right people. And so anything can happen. All right. So if you are trying to break into this industry, if you are trying to switch careers, if you are trying to raise your ceiling, maybe give yourself a better life, give your family a better life, go on vacations, go to nice dinners, whatever it is you are wanting, whatever it is you are after, these are the things that are going to set you apart. These are the things that are going to help you get there. Okay. So if you want to go about it, this is the way to go about it. If you want my personal help, if you want me to hold your hand to help you break into this industry and share the knowledge that I've gotten, after being in this industry for several years now, go ahead and click the link down below in the description and book in a call with me. We'll just have a simple conversation and see how we can help you out. And if that's not you, if you're just enjoying this video, I got plenty of other videos on my channel that you can go and watch and learn from. And if nothing else, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.